Yeah, yeah. Hey, handle that. I handle that. Handle that. I ain't got time for the bullshit. Handle that. What up, though? What up, though? It's the one and only Akil, aka Intelligent Rebel with metal aiming at devils on all levels and pedestals. Yeah, yeah, you already know what the deal is. We are live and direct, reporting live from below the Mason-Dixon. You understand me? It's the one and only Akil. This is coming through in the motherfucking clutch. It's not really called coming through in the motherfucking clutch, but this is live, so I can say what I want to. Again, we are live and direct. You never know what you're gonna see. You know what I'm saying? You might see some hoes come up and through here. You might see some keys getting moved up and through here. Nah, I'm just playing. I got too many cops in the family for all that. But check this out. Before I get started, today's episode of Coming Through in the Clutch is sponsored by this empty bottle of Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels. This nigga got me through high school. Jack Daniels. All right now. You know, the creator of this stole the recipe from a black man. So shout out to the black man that created Jack Daniels. And shout out to the white man for capitalizing and capitalizing on that black man's idea. Stealing it, really. But shout out to Jack Daniels. Couldn't have got through high school without him. All right. Yeah. So I got Falcons, Vikings going on in the background. Today's show, we are going to talk about the NCAA college football playoff that is out. It is out. It is final. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to give you my point of view on the college football playoff in general. All right. I'm going to do that. We're going to talk about the college football playoff. There are 12 teams involved. Only one can win. We'll see. Also, we're going to talk about the NFL. Shout out to the Detroit Lions. Yes, I am drinking Jack out of a mason jar with measurements on it because that's how country I am. So, shout out to the Lions, defeated the Green Bay Packers. The Lions, they are on a path. They're on a path, and they are not to be messed with. So, we're going to talk about that. We're going to have a word from our sponsors because we do have sponsors. You know, without sponsors coming through in the clutch, you know, it wouldn't exist. So, yeah, we got sponsors. We're going to have a word from our sponsors. I'm going to have my sports quote of the day, courtesy of one Mr. Herm Edwards. Okay? Yeah, I'm pretty sure y'all know what it is, but yeah, y'all going to listen to it again anyway. So, we're going to talk about that. And again, we are live. So just to let you know, if you are watching, I can't see because the way that the camera is, as you can see, the camera is towards me and I got it facing. So if you're commenting and things of that nature, my bad, I can't see you. Next time we'll try to, you know, but I'll check it out afterwards. And if you motherfuckers do decide to comment, I greatly appreciate it. If you do decide, I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, so let's get to it. The college football playoff is all set. This segment is Akil's point of view. And this is Akil's point of view on the NCAA college football playoff. So, as it is currently constructed, college football playoff has 12 teams. You have what? You got 5 conference champions, and then you got the next ones with the best records, right? And you got an at-large bid. Before this current inception of the college football playoff, before this inception, you had a 4-team playoff, right? Where the top 4 teams battled it out for a chance for the national championship. Before that was put into place, you had a playoff system where the top two teams, top two highly rated, or the top two rated BCS teams played for the national championship. The one thing that all of these inceptions and creations and evolutions of the playoff bracket, the one thing remains constant. Two things, actually. There's always going to be one or two teams bitching, moaning, and complaining because they didn't make it. And there's always going to be controversy. Now, for me, I like this 12-team playoff. It's about time that Division I college football, men's college football Division I, had a college football playoff. Division II has a playoff bracket where I believe it's either 12. It's like 12 to 16 teams. I want to say 12 minimum, 16 maximum. Y'all can look that up. I can look it up myself. Division III also has a playoff. Whereas with the NCAA Division I, money prevented them, for some odd reason, from having this 12-team playoff. They came up with every reason possible not to, and then they finally did after enough people bitched, moaned, and complained. I like this 12-team playoff. I know they're going to expand it because, again, there's always one or two teams that's bitching, moaning, and complaining. This year, it's the University of Alabama. Bitching, moaning, and complaining. We didn't make it. You know why you didn't make it over SMU? You know why? Because you did not win enough games. You did not win enough games. You played to win the games. You did not win enough games. Yes, you have a much tougher strength of schedule at number 6. Yes, you beat, at the time, I believe, the number 2 ranked team in the nation in the Georgia Bulldogs, who's in. But guess what? You lost to Vanderbilt. You got blown out by Oklahoma. And you got another damn loss on your resume. And you didn't even play for the conference championship. So guess what? You're out. Get over it. Win more games. At any rate, with 12 teams, you can have first round buys like certain teams do, and we'll get to that. And there's more parity, right? There's more parity. There's a point in time where the SEC just dominated national championship, just dominated. Whether it was Florida and Urban Meyer, whether it's Alabama and Nick Saban, it was just SEC. Now you got 3 teams in the Big Ten. You got 3 teams in the SEC. You got 2 ACC teams, independent. Like there's parity, right? A former Pac-10 team has, or in my opinion, is favored to win the whole damn thing. So at any rate, although teams are going to be upset, there are always going to be 1 or 2 teams that bitch, moans, and complains. Get over it. You have to win the games that are on your schedule. College football has always been like that, more so than any other sports league. Every single game in college football matters. Every single game in college football matters. If you don't go undefeated, you better lose within the first 3 weeks of the season and go on a damn run. Because if you don't, you're not going to. Every game matters in college football. And with this current format, 12 best teams in the country are going to duke it out for a chance at the national championship. Yes, there's going to be controversy. Yes, there's going to be discussions. That's great and all, and that's great fodder and everything like that. But the fact is, keep it at 12. Don't expand it to damn 16, because once you start expanding, it's never going to stop, right? It went from 2 to 4 to 12. What's next? 16, 24, fuck it. How about we just do like they do in the men's and just add 64 damn teams? But guess what? The 65th and the 66th team are going to bitch, moan, and complain and have something to fucking say. Ugh. I like this 12-team format. They should keep the 12-team format. Do not expand it. Right? Don't expand it. Keep it at 12 teams. Win your games and you get in. You lose and there's a chance you might not. And if you do lose, don't lose more than 2 games. Because now with this 12 team, hey, I don't think branding matters all that much anymore. Because if branding mattered, Alabama would be in the final 12, but they're not. So, I like the 12-team playoff. Keep it as is. For those college football fans out there, what are your thoughts? Do you like the current 12-team playoff format? Do you want to see it? Do you want to see it expanded? Would you like to see it go back down to 4? Let me know in the comments. All right. That, ladies and gentlemen, was Akil's point of view on the NCAA college football playoff. All right. Now, let's actually delve in and talk about the college football playoff. So, yesterday, which was Saturday, December the 7th, 2024, the Big 12 champion was crowned. The SEC champion was crowned. The ACC champion was crowned. The Big 10 champion was crowned. Let's see here. Big 12 champion was crowned. Big 10 champion was crowned. SEC champion was crowned. ACC champion was crowned. And I know what you got, the at-large, the Boise State, whatever conference they're in, they're the at-large conference bid or whatever the case. Shout out to Boise State doing their thing. So yeah. So when it comes to the college football playoff, you got 12 teams. These are the 12 teams in order. In order. And when I say in order, like for example, Oregon, Georgia, and Boise State. Oregon is number 1, Georgia is number 2, Boise State's number 3, etc., etc. This shit is in sequential order. So, this is how it goes. Number 1, Oregon. Number 2, Georgia. Number 3, Boise State. Number 4, Arizona State. Number 5, Texas. Number 6, Penn State. Number 7, Notre Dame. Number 8, that team up north, you know, that team, you know, the Nuts, that team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Tennessee, Indiana, SMU, Clemson. Did I miss one? Let's see here. We're going to do this again. Oregon, Georgia, Boise State, Arizona State, Texas, Penn State, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Tennessee, Indiana, SMU, and Clemson. I forgot about Clemson. And Clemson. Those, ladies and gentlemen, are your 12 teams that will be competing for the national championship. Now, you got 3 from the Big 10, 3 from the SEC, 2 from the ACC. You got the Independent and Notre Dame. And you got Boise State. They are in the AAC, some shit, Mountain West, something like that. They ain't one of those conferences. No disrespect to Boise State. I just don't know what conference you motherfuckers play in. But it's all good. So yes, these are your 12 teams. Now, for me, also, Oregon, Georgia, Boise State, and Arizona State, they have a first round bye, right? They don't have to go in the first round. They got a first round bye. They chilling at home watching everybody else fight to the death. So, we're going to go round by round. So you got the 12-5 matchup. 12 number is Clemson. Number 5 is Texas. I like Texas in that matchup. I'm not going to go into the analytics and all that shit. You can go to the damn networks and all that for that shit. I'm going to go with Texas. Excuse me. I like Quinn Ewers, who's the quarterback for Texas. I like him. I like their offense. I think they're a better team than Clemson. Clemson has done their thing this year. They're ACC champion, for God's sakes. But I think Texas Texas will pull that out. I'm going to go, matter of fact, let me write this down because I didn't think I was going to do this, but fuck it, I'm going to write it down. So I got, let me see, you got Clemson, Texas. I got Texas winning 24-21. All right. So I got Texas over Clemson, 24-21. Next, you got Tennessee over that team from up north. Or that other team. Whoever. That team in that state, yeah. You know who it is. You know who I represent, so I don't say the motherfuckers' names. Here's what's crazy about this matchup between Tennessee and Ohio State, the Ohio State, all right? I don't like neither one of these motherfuckers. I don't like either one of these. I don't like neither one of these motherfucking teams. You know what I'm saying? Even though I went to school in Tennessee, I liked a couple of players, but I hated the fan base. Like, I hated the fan base. And when it comes to the Ohio State, obviously I was born hating them motherfuckers. So, does my hatred for one's fan base outweigh my hatred, my innate, naturally born hatred? Not at all. I'm picking Tennessee over Ohio State, and we're going to go with, you know what? I'm going to say this is going to be a high-scoring game for some odd reason, right? So I'm going to go 35-38. Right? Tennessee wins by a field goal, right? You know one or two of these games are going to come down to a field goal, so bam, there we go. Next, we got SMU versus Penn State. Number 11 SMU versus Penn State. Now, I saw SMU lose to Clemson in the ACC championship game. I saw them have a bad first half, and I saw them come roaring back, but in the end, come up short. So, I've seen Penn State throughout the season. They're Big Ten. I'm a Big Ten guy. You know, Penn State is a good team. I'm going to go Penn State, right? I'm going to go Penn State over SMU, and I'm coming up with these scores on the motherfucking spot. I ain't do this shit ahead of time. But again, we live, so you never motherfucking know. Hold on. What the fuck you want? No, motherfucker, I'm doing the show. I told your ass, wait, motherfucker. Again, don't worry about what's going on. You know, I told motherfuckers don't talk because I'm doing my thing and everything like that. So if they got to message me, just, you know, do some sign language, things like that. Shout out to the deaf community. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't hear me, but you can see me. So, shout out deaf. So, again, I'm picking Penn State over SMU. You know, and I'm going to go Penn State 38, SMU 21. You know what I'm saying? I see Penn State, you know, getting off early and, you know, SMU trying to roar back because they're going against the big boys now, right? So, your next matchup you got is Indiana versus Notre Dame. Indiana is ranked number 10. Notre Dame is ranked number 7. This is a battle for the state of Indiana. For those of you that don't understand, or for those of you that do not know, Notre Dame is in Indiana, South Bend, Indiana. Then you got Indiana, which is in what, Bloomington, Indiana, right? So you got the battle for the state of Indiana. You got not just state bragging rights, you have recruiting bragging rights, even though Notre Dame is a little bit more, they're a little bit more, how can you say, a little bit more conservative when it comes to their admission process, because you got to be smart to go to Notre Dame. You got to be smart. You know what I'm saying? Indiana, not so much. That's not to say the people that's there are not smart, but you know, yeah. So, with this is an interesting matchup. Indiana's been playing good football all year. Of course, they have a loss on their resume. Notre Dame, they got a real bad loss against, what was it, Northern Illinois, if I'm not mistaken. Real bad loss. But they've gone on a tear since. So who do I think is going to win the battle for the state of Indiana? I'm going to go with Notre Dame. I'm going to go with Notre Dame. And I don't know why Notre Dame. I love just saying it like that. I know some people say Notre Dame, but just because Notre Dame, it just, yeah, you already know. I think it, yeah, you know, whatever. I see Notre Dame pulling this off. I'm going to go Notre Dame 28, Indiana 21. Yeah, that's where we're going to go. That's where we're going to go. So in the first round, I got Texas over Clemson, right? I got Tennessee over Ohio State, right. I got Tennessee over Ohio State. I got Penn State over SMU. And I have Notre Dame over Indiana. Quarterfinals. You got Texas versus Arizona State. Now, I saw Arizona State defeat Iowa State. Arizona State has a very good offense. Defense is okay. They have a very good offense. Texas has a good offense. Defense is okay. I'm going to go, because I think Texas will still be favored. So I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going to go Arizona State over Texas. And I'm going to go Arizona State. Let's see here. Oh, we'll do it over here. ASU. I'm going to go Arizona State 28. And I'm going to go Texas 25. Right? Yeah, that's how I see that going. I see that coming down to a field goal. Like Arizona has a ball with about 3 minutes to go. They storm down the field, and a field goal kicker go ahead, kicks the field goal for the win. So I got Arizona State over Texas in the quarterfinals. Then we got, let's see here, Tennessee and Oregon. I'm not going to lie, I got Oregon. Tennessee has been inconsistent. They have inconsistent quarterback play. You know what I'm saying? They've been a little inconsistent for me. So I'm going to go Oregon, and I'm going to go Oregon 42, Tennessee 28, right? So, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to have ASU and Oregon, right? Okay. So, next you're going to have Penn State and Boise State. Now, Boise State has the running back Gentry, who is on a quest. I believe he needs like 140 more yards or something like that, close to 140 more yards to break Barry Sanders' single season rushing record, which is just over 2,300 yards. Now, and Gentry is up for the Heisman, which is incredible. He's had an incredible season. And look, Boise State has pulled off an upset before. Remember, they beat Oklahoma some time ago, the Statue of Liberty and everything else. But you know, I'm going to give this Penn State. I like their tight end, who's more than likely going to go pro. I forgot the man's name. He's number 40, anywhere between 44 and 46. I want to say 44, but he's like 6'5", 260. Damn good tight end, one of the best in the nation. I'm going to go Penn State over Boise State. But I think this is going to be close. So I'm going to go Penn State. Let's go Penn State 21. And Boise State 20, right? I see Penn State being down because I see this being like a knockdown, drag out type of game, right? I see Penn State being down, going down to the field, going down to the field and kicking like a 45-yard field goal or something like that to win, all right? Then we got Notre Dame and the University of Georgia. I'm going to go to University of Georgia on this, right? University of Georgia, although this is not the same roster as when they won the back-to-back national championships, still the still the University of Georgia. And I'm going to pick the University of Georgia 35 28 over Notre Dame. So in the semifinals, I got Arizona State against Oregon, and then I have Penn State against Georgia. So my favorite to win the whole damn thing is the University of Oregon. So I see the University of Oregon defeating ASU, let's say 35-32. Okay, 35-32. I like Oregon's defense, but they can give us some points. They're susceptible. You know the motherfucking word that I'm trying to say. Type the word in the motherfucking comments. Fuck y'all. They have been known, or they are prone to giving up some points from time to time. So I got Oregon 35, Arizona State 32. Next you got Penn State versus Georgia. Yes, I am a Penn State man, but I got Georgia winning this game. And I got Georgia winning this game for 42-35. We're going to go 42-35. 42-35. Yeah. So in the championship game, that means I got the University of Oregon and University of Georgia. Now, Georgia has experience playing the national championship games, obviously. Motherfuckers went back to back and they was working on the third, but shit didn't work out. So, University of Oregon, far as I know, let me see here. Let me put it in my phone right quick. Oregon, if they have been to the national championship, it was once. Let me see here. Has the University of Oregon men's football team been to a national championship?
According to Wikipedia, the Ducks were 3-2 during the BCS era, winning the 2002 Fiesta Bowl, the 2012 Rose Bowl, and the 2013 Fiesta Bowl, and losing the 2010 Rose Bowl in the 2011 BCS National Championship game. In 2014, Oregon won a school record. So
they've been to the national championship game. That's why I love Google. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say. I love Google and Siri and technology until the shit don't work. So Oregon, they played in the national championship game, but obviously they did not win. So I think this game right here, it could go either way. It really could go either way. But I don't know if Carson Beck, the quarterback for Georgia, usually the starting quarterback, he may be healthy. So, assuming that he is, I'm going to go University of Oregon 35, and I'm going to go University of Georgia 28. So I have the University of Oregon, who just entered the Big Ten. Shout out to the Big Ten. Just into the Big Ten, I got the University of Oregon winning the national championship. Do you agree with my pick for the national championship or my picks, period? Put it in the comments below. Let me know who you got winning. Let me know your round by round picks. Let me know who you got winning it all. Fact is, there are no right answers. There are no wrong answers. We're just going to have to find out all at the same time when we watch these motherfucking games. All right. So, again, I got Oregon winning the national championship over the University of Georgia, 35-28. So, let's go ahead. Excuse me. Now, let's go ahead. It's my black and mild without the filter. Now, let's go on ahead and move on to the Niggas Felice program, or as I like to call it, the NFL, and as everybody else knows it as, the NFL. Now, on the first show, first of all, shout out to the Detroit Lions. Shout out to the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions, they handled business, right? Handled business, took care of the Green Bay Packers. defeated the Green Bay Packers. And as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and look at the. I'm going ahead and look at the schedule and everything. If I'm not mistaken, the Detroit Lions are 12-1. 12-1. They have 4 games remaining, right? They have. Let's see here. They have a home game against the Buffalo Bills. They have at Chicago, at San Francisco. Then they close the season with a home game against the Minnesota Vikings. I got a lot of friends from my home city, from my hometown, Detroit. What up, though? What up, though? The Lions are 12-1. They have clinched a playoff berth. They are working on a number 1 overall seed in the NFC. They are working on not only a first round bye, but also home field throughout the playoffs. Now look here, everyone knows I'm a diehard Dallas Cowboy fans. Even my people in Detroit know this, right? But believe it or not, I never wanted Detroit to lose. I never wanted Detroit to not succeed. And now that they are succeeding, I'm very happy because Detroit has been not too good for a very long time, and they've had a couple of good seasons sprinkled throughout, but overall it hasn't been good. And trust me, I've been there. But you know what, the Lions are playing very, very good football. The great Bill Parcells, Hall of Fame, Super Bowl winning coach, all that, he said you are what your record is. The Lions right now are 12-1. Again, they still have, even though they clinched a playoff berth, you don't want to slack off, all right? You got number 1 seed still on the line, right? Still on the line. First round bye, home field advantage, right? You got a home game against Buffalo, which is a very, very good AFC team, Super Bowl contending team. Chicago, not so much. Then you got San Fran and at Minnesota. Now, Buffalo, although it's not a conference game, it's a bar measuring game, right? Again, Buffalo to me, Buffalo for one is ahead in the AFC East, right? And to me, Buffalo is a legitimate Super Bowl contender. I think this year's Detroit Lions are a legitimate Super Bowl contender. They are a legitimate Super Bowl contender. I mean that. No sarcasm, none of that bullshit. They are a legitimate Super Bowl contender. Because really, the NFC is a lot weaker than the AFC, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, the Lions need to take care of business. I think the Lions need to go at least 3-1. They need to, if they lose to Buffalo, okay. But they need to beat Chicago, San Fran, and Minnesota, especially Minnesota, because Minnesota is not only fighting for the division, but they're also fighting. They're in the wild card. They also want to improve their standing. So, shout out to the Detroit Lions. Y'all motherfuckers are doing your thing. Keep on doing your thing. Look, I'm rooting for you. Even though my Cowboys ain't shit, I'm rooting for you motherfuckers to do a little something. Believe it or not, I really am. All right? Now, on the flip side, you got the Green Bay Packers. Now, Green Bay, they needed this victory, right? Green Bay needed this victory. Fact of the matter is, Green Bay was in the fight for the wild card, and technically they still are because, you know, these results are not, they're not finalized, but they needed this victory to further solidify their place in the wild card. with them losing, I don't know, because their next games are against, are against the Seattle Seahawks, the New Orleans Saints, the Vikings, and the Bears. If you ask me, Green Bay, in essence, they need to win out if they want to make the playoffs. They want to sustain any wild card momentum, if you want to say that. They need to win out. They can't afford to lose to the Seahawks. That's still in the hunt. They can't afford to lose to the Saints, which they should be heavily favored because the Saints are trash. They definitely can't lose to the Vikings or the Bears. Those are divisional games. So Green Bay, y'all fucked up by not winning. You should have won, but you didn't. You fucked up and you didn't. So the only way that you might be damn near guaranteed a spot in the playoffs is if you win the rest of your games. You got to win the rest of your games. You're 9-4. 9-4. You want to be 13-4. You want to, because if not, I don't know. It's not looking good for you. It's not looking good for you. So, real quick, let's go over some scores. We're not gonna go over no highlights, because nigga, as you motherfuckers can see, this is live, and shit, it ain't halftime to these games yet. So you motherfuckers ain't gonna get no highlights, but I can give you scores. The Tennessee Titans are up 3-0 against the Jacksonville Jaguars in the third quarter. Halftime, Jets, Dolphins. Dolphins are up 15-13. The Jets are trash this year. Trash. Shout out to Mike Greenberg, ESPN. The Jets are trash. Falcons, Vikings, halftime. Vikings are up 14-10. I said, Falcons, don't be fucking up. You need this game. Do not lose this motherfucking game. Minnesota, they need it just as much as you. Atlanta, don't fuck up. In the game of nobody gives a fuck, it's halftime. Saints are up on the Giants 7-3. The Panthers are down 4 to the Eagles. It's halftime. Eagles are up 14-10. Halftime of Steelers-Browns. I said, Steelers-Browns, this is a trap game for the Steelers. It's a trap game, right? But so far, they're handling business. 13-10 at halftime. The Buccaneers, 6-6, but they still fighting. They're up on the Raiders, 14-10. And those are the scores right now. You got Seahawks Cardinals at 4 o'clock. Bills Rams at 4:25. Bills 49ers at 4:25. Then you got the Sunday night game, Chargers Chiefs. All right. So gave you those updates. Right now, since we've talked about NCAA playoffs, talked about the NFL. We'll go over the scores and things of that nature on tomorrow's Coming Through in the Clutch. I might do it live again. Who fucking knows? Or I might do it taped. I do it taped so I can share it on other platforms. But I can also share this live, so I'll just probably do it live from now on and save the video to my phone and put the shit on other platforms. At any rate, allow me to take this time to thank our sponsors. Yes, Coming Through in the Clutch does have sponsors. Allow me to thank our sponsors. These are the entities that keep the lights on. Pee Wee Football. The road to CTE starts here. Cigarettes. They kill 500,000 people a year. One day I'll be one of them. And faulty sports equipment. It's not the best. It's what the underprivileged can afford. Once again, I would like to thank our sponsors. Pee Wee Football, cigarettes, and faulty sports equipment. Before I get out of here and give you my sports quote of the day, coming up on the next show, which more than likely either be tomorrow or Tuesday, I'll let you know. I'll just give you motherfuckers a notification about like an hour beforehand. If you give a fuck or not, we'll see. But now thinking about it, I might not be able. Okay, I really don't give a fuck. We'll see. At any rate, yeah. So yeah. Before we get up out of here, on the next show, we're gonna go over the NFL scores. Again, you motherfuckers ain't getting the highlights. You can go to the other networks for that shit. We're going to talk about the NBA. I know we got a lot of NBA fans out there. We're going to talk about the NBA. I believe the NBA Cup is still going on, although I don't give a fuck about that. You do, but we ain't going to talk about the fucking Cup. We're going to talk about trends of the season, what's going on in the season. So it's going to be a very NBA heavy show, the next show. With that being said, now is time for my sports quote of the day. Today's sports quote is brought to you by none other than former NFL player, NCAA Arizona State University football coach, and former Jets head coach, Herm Edwards. This is his famous quote. I want to make sure you motherfuckers can hear this shit. This is his famous quote from 11 years ago. Enjoy.
This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it. That's the great thing about sports. You play to win. And I don't care if you don't have any wins. You go play to win. When you start telling me it doesn't matter, then retire. Get out. Because it matters.
That, ladies and gentlemen, was the one and only Herm Edwards. So, yeah, in essence, you play to win the game. Why else do you play to fucking have fun? Fuck having fun. Nigga, I played the motherfucking game. Fuck having fun. It ain't no fun when you're losing. You play to win the game. What people don't realize is 9 times out of 10, it's the media outlets who pose dumbass questions that prompt such answers. You know what I'm saying? Like, what coach coaches his team to lose? You just don't do that. You play to win the motherfucking game. With that being said, this has been another episode of Coming Through in the Clutch, live from below the Mason-Dixon line. Hold on. Motherfucker, I got to do my closeout. Once I do my closeout, we can get back to the shit. Get the fuck on! Again, sorry about that. At any rate, so yeah, you play to win the motherfucking game. That's why, like, I'm competitive. I play to win the fucking game. I don't give a fuck what it is. It can be jacks, tiddlywinks, chess, checkers, dominoes, spades, tunk, blackjack, craps, slots. I don't give a race. I don't give a fuck. I play to win the motherfucking game, and that's what you should do. You should play in life to win the motherfucking game. You don't play just to be there. All right. So yeah, next show is going to be NBA heavy. We're going to get into the NBA. We're going to talk about the NFL, all that good shit. So check this out. When the game is on the line, I take the last shot because I always come through in the clutch. Let me know in the comments what you thought of today's show. Who are your picks for the college football playoff? What you think about the NFL? What you think about the show? All that good shit. It's coming through in the clutch. Jack Daniels. Incriminating shit. Deuces. Yeah. All right, nigga, get them keys, nigga. Get them keys ready. Yeah, nigga, I'm trying to move. All right, nigga. Let's make sure them bitches butt naked. All right.